All righty, welcome in, everybody. The weekend is here. Longshore and McKnight on a Friday. And as you see, looking at your screen and about to hear, if you're listening to the audio version, Gurn Sr. pinch hitting again today for Barry McKnight. He was at the College World Series getting ready for Troy in West Virginia this morning. And Gurn, if I know Barry well, and I believe I do, he has been in the broadcast booth there at the stadium now for probably an hour or so. 7 a.m., 11 o'clock first pitch. He likes to get there early. So knowing Barry, he's already at the stadium.
You think he's got one of those small coffee cups with like coffee, like I envision him like a 1950s, 60s reporter. He's got everything geared up, ready to go. He's got his pencils and his pens and his big sheet, with all the players from both teams.
Yeah. Highlighters, all different colors.
Nobody out prepares Barry McKnight, which is why we love him and why he is who he is and is such a great and professional. John,
if he has not already done it, you will see something on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. He will take a picture of his broadcast setup. You'll see the equipment. You'll see the pens, papers, spotting charts, the whole deal. And you'll see the field in the background, and he'll give you a visual of what it's going to look like from his vantage point later today there in Omaha. 11 o'clock is the first pitch for the game.
Barry has had called a lot of games. There's no telling how many events he has called.
Oh,
right.
Well, it's amazing. If I bring up a town or whatever, he goes, "Oh yeah, I've called a game there." And we used to have a little school bell back in our radio days, and I would ring the bell every time he said that because more times than not, he had already been there and done a game.
Well, but this has to be the pinnacle.
Oh,
it has to be. I mean, He's a baseball guy, and he's calling the College World Series. And what a great story. Troy, my goodness, what a great story. I mean, I've got chill bumps even thinking about it. How awesome would it be if they made a run?
Oh boy!
Don't be 2-out. Let's make a run. Do something crazy. And the thing is, West Virginia's hot, but they were nothing special during the year too. So I mean, look, they're hot. Troy's hot. Let's get some timely pitching and hitting and sneak one out of there.
And I was just thinking, how many times have you driven through Troy on your way to wherever? Maybe it was when you were an undergrad at Alabama and heading to Tuscaloosa or wherever you might have been going. I guess from Ozark to Troy, you were heading to the big city if you went to Troy from Ozark, weren't you?
Oh, that's right. So
you've been through there a lot.
Well, no, to be honest, we would go to Troy to get into trouble because I mean it's a college town.
Yeah,
30 minutes away. You could go 30 minutes south and go to Dothan to get in trouble, or you could go to 30 minutes north to Troy where there were co-eds and you were like 17 and they're 20 and you thought you were cool and you weren't. Looking back, we were not cool. But it was a good place to go. And back then the drinking age was 19, so you could get into a bar at 17 in Troy. There was one out on the interstate. One out on 231 we used to go to. My favorite Troy story, though, we had an old man in Ozark. He bet a guy $1,000 in the mid-'60s that the United States would put a man on the moon before they 4-lane 231 from Montgomery to Dothan.
Man.
And there was a stretch in Troy about a mile that was 2-lane. And they never would 4-lane it.
Is that the section there in Brundage where it's actually 4-lane, but the 4 lanes are really close together?
Well, it could be. I can't even remember where it was, but they put a man on the moon before they 4-lane 231. And I think it was because George Wallace was pissed at somebody in Pike County and just, that's the reason Jefferson County
is that true, Gurn? I mean, I'd heard back in the day that politicians, if they were not overly happy about a particular county or community or city, they would like put a road in a crappy place or not build a road, or did stuff like that actually go on?
All right. When you were a snot-nosed little kid in the back of the Lincoln Continental that the Longshores were taking to Legion Field, do you remember?
It was a Cadillac, actually.
I was going to say, do you remember driving straight up 65 to Legion Field? No,
Yes,
you don't.
No, got off at Alabaster.
You had to get off at Alabaster and get on 31. You know why? Because people pissed George Wallace off, and he said he wasn't going to let the interstate go through there. Finally, it did. Then you go through, get on 31, then you get off and maybe get back on at Gardendale or somewhere. And
now
then,
you got back on in Hoover.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right there in Hoover. The interstate goes over where you went through there. That's where you actually got Ramada Inn up on that hill right there. And you get back on the interstate right there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
was,
right.
So was the Georgia governor mad at the folks in LaGrange when you had to get off there on 85 to go to Atlanta?
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't go that. We were already going back roads if we were going from Ozark to Atlanta.
Yeah, I bet so.
We went in the middle of nowhere.
So here's what we got today. Game 1 is at 1 p.m. Central. West Virginia and Troy. That's on ESPN, followed by North Carolina and Ole Miss. Ooh, that'll be a doozy. That's at 6 on ESPN.
That's going to be a really good game. North Carolina. It may be like a 2-1. North Carolina has unbelievable pitching.
Well, I don't know if you heard the show yesterday. We were talking about the odds of winning. The odds makers don't really like the schools from Alabama. Troy's got the longest odds at plus 3,500. Alabama's at plus 1,500. You got North Carolina. You got Georgia at plus 275, along with North Carolina and Texas at plus 300. So those three teams are right there in the mix. But boy, the Tide and the Trojans, they are not getting a lot of love from the odds makers.
You think the guy from Georgia, if he hits a dinger, he's going to do a little banana-rama around the base path? Or
I would think his coach told him
he's just going to trot it? You think he's just going to trot around as fast as he can?
Yeah, I think his coach wants him to tone it down a little bit. I think that would be smart. All these games are on ESPN. ESPN2, I think, only has maybe one of them. But, Troy, West Virginia, 1 o'clock ESPN. Then you got Ole Miss, North Carolina. Then tomorrow, Alabama's at 1 against Oklahoma, a couple of SEC teams. Bama took the series this year, won 2 out of 3. Then you got Georgia, Texas, Saturday night. That'll be a doozy as well. That's game 4. Then you start getting into some bracket play after that. And but those games going to be really good to get things started with the College World Series. I also saw this. What do you make out of this, Gurn? I've heard this before. They have something in Omaha called Rocco's Jello Shot Challenge.
Yeah. So LSU wins it every time. And so I made a joke yesterday that LSU's going to win it again this year because they just go ahead and book Omaha every year, so people just go. There'll be LSU fans that just book rooms because they expect to be there.
Well, I'm a little surprised at this moment. This doesn't shock me. I mean, if you've ever spent any time pre-gaming and post-gaming at the Grove, this makes sense. Ole Miss in the lead, 1,437 Jello shots have been consumed by the Rebels. By far and away the most of any team out there at $5 a shot. Think about that. I mean, 1,437 times 5, Rocco's making some money because he probably has maybe a splash of some cheap vodka in there and some strawberry Jello. I mean,
maybe
what's he got in it?
Maybe a little grain alcohol in there.
Yeah.
Look, all right, I'm going to go on record now. Okay. And I doubt he'll come back and listen to the show, but I will give Barry $100 if he will videotape himself.
No way.
And I'll pay 105 because I'll pay for the shot as well. Actually, 110 because we need to tip the bar.
Tip
bar
Rocco.
staff.
Yeah, sure. Got to tip
I'll
Rocco.
give him $110 if he will videotape himself taking a Jello shot at Rocco's.
I'll say this, Gurn,
I feel very confident that money's not going to get spent.
If Troy wins, he'll do it. I can see him doing it. I'll say this, though. Even though Troy has the longest odds of winning the College World Series, how about this? They are currently in 3rd place in the Jello Shot Challenge.
So one of my law partners is a trustee at Troy.
Yeah.
And he is not going with the but as a trustee, you get to go with the team, the official group. Okay.
Yep.
And you know why he's not going? Is because if you go with the official team, you have to stay. In other words, you go on Wednesday.
Yeah, you're not coming
and
back.
You're there until,
yep.
you know. And so he was like, I mean, he's got like a deposition on Monday. He can't. So I told him, I said, just go and come. Fly. Where do you fly into? I mean, what's like
Omaha? I guess Omaha's got an airport.
I know, but that's probably crowded. I mean, I don't know what I
Lincoln,
don't know
maybe. I mean, I don't know.
I don't
think Omaha.
But this is the one he needs to be there. I mean, it's a once in a lifetime deal.
Oh, yeah, so, no doubt. Well, you know, Barry spent 2 weeks there when we were first on radio together 30 years ago. We've been together maybe 10 days. In Auburn and Alabama, we're both in the College World Series. They sent him out there to cover it. He did the show from Omaha every day, but he was there for 2 weeks, and he was like a pig in slop. He loved every minute of it. I would have probably been pulling my hair out. So Ole Miss is leading the Rocco's Jello Shot Challenge, 1,437. In second place at 490. Almost 1,000 more Jello shots consumed by the Ole Miss fan base. At 490, West Virginia. In third place, as I mentioned, the Troy Trojans with 87. Man, the numbers really get low after Ole Miss. Then after that, you got Georgia at 55, North Carolina at 51, Texas at 19, Alabama at 16. Where are the Tide fans? And Oklahoma, a state that borders, it's right there near Nebraska. It doesn't border it, actually. You got Kansas in between with only 5. I don't know what maybe the Sooner fans know better. They've heard about this, maybe been there a time or two, know about the Jello Shot Challenge. But I think the year Ole Miss won it, which was 2 years ago when Ole Miss won the College World Series?
Yeah.
I think
4 years ago.
They hammered the Jello Shot Challenge as well. So they know a little bit, about that. But it should be fun.
So the other day when I was on, John, we started talking about Omaha and everything else. And I had in the back of my mind one of the greatest songs of all time that mentions Omaha.
Oh, boy. Hold on.
Charlie Daniels. The Ballad of the Uneasy Rider. You may not know the song.
Was that a B-side? I just don't remember that one.
It's a great song. It's a spoken word song about a guy who breaks down and goes to a bar and gets his ass kicked, or people try and beat him up. And then he says, next time I'll go to Los Angeles via Omaha. It's the last words. You've heard the song. It's a classic.
Man, we might have to pull that one up, and maybe that could be a part of the Victoryland 777 topic.
Ballad of the Uneasy Rider.
Yeah.
You know the song if you heard it. It just has it's one of those, I kick green teeth in the knee is another great line from that song.
Theotis says I would know the song if I heard it. Yeah, I get you, Theotis. I get you. I get you.
You would.
A lot of folks on the River Region Straw chat line. It got kicked off early today. 4:13 was our first chat this morning from our man Ted Nugent. Appreciate that. Up early, 4:13. A lot of still conversation about Rush. I'm telling you, we got a lot of Rush fans on the chat line. Something about their third night in LA, and they mixed up the set list and all this kind of stuff. But we appreciate all of our chatters on our River Region Straw chat line. They're the lyrics of this song, Uneasy Rider. They're the lyrics.
Ballad of the Uneasy Rider.
Man,
yeah, you've heard it. It's a crazy song.
I'm gonna pull that up on my
pull that one up
Pandora,
on your drive this week. Yeah.
I'll check that out. Charlie Daniels no longer with us anymore. All right, how about this? Do you remember when Charlie Daniels played halftime at the Alabama-Tennessee game in Knoxville in probably late 70s, I want to say? Because instead of saying
he was bigger than Dick's Hat Band. At one point, and And what's interesting, and don't take this the wrong way. And anytime
Yep.
somebody says don't take the wrong way, you're going to take it the wrong way. But at some point he found religion.
Yes.
And he would not cuss in his songs anymore. So, but like we talked about Big C's t-shirt that says I'm not Terry Bowden. My favorite t-shirt I ever saw was I thought the devil was better. That's another classic t-shirt I've seen. You ever seen that t-shirt?
I have not. I have not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Daniels played halftime Alabama-Tennessee game in Knoxville. He switched out "Don't Grab the Hand" of a Pittsburgh Steeler fan, and he inserted a Tennessee Vol fan. And, of course, the place went crazy. But, as per usual, more times than not, Alabama won the football game when it was all said and done. But I think it was in the late 70s, maybe early 80s when Charlie played halftime, and I think the band participated with him as well. But he did play that song.
When I say years ago, I mean like years ago. We might even been living in Birmingham. It may be more than 25 years ago. I can't remember. I got a buddy I went to law school with that lives in Knoxville. We went and stayed with him for UT Alabama. And an unknown person sang the national anthem.
Oh.
He was a Tennessee fan.
Yeah.
And my wife, Mrs. Gurn, had heard of him, but he was not famous then. But Kenny Chesney sang the national anthem when he was a nobody. And I'm like, who is this guy? He was good.
Yeah.
But she said, oh, you'll hear about him. And he's done okay.
I think so. He's done okay. I think he's going to make it. I guess you don't want to tell our audience about the time you went to Knoxville and we had to pull over in Chattanooga. Was it a Captain D's?
Yeah, no, it was Red Lobster.
Yes, it was Red Lobster. That's exactly right. I knew it had some seafood.
Let's put it this way. Don't ever get on a road trip where you're, two couples in college and don't eat. We were top-notch people. We ate at Shoney's and then went to a batting cage next door in Chattanooga and hit some baseballs. And then the Shoney's hit us.
Oh, did it?
The decision was made. We were going to go to Take Care of Things. Take Care of Things at the Red Lobster. And it was very crowded, and we both went in, and things were taken care of. Let's put it this way. And John walks out. We walk out, and there's a guy holding his kid up to wash his hands in the sink. Like you see, like a kid wash his sink. And the guy looks back at John with just this look like, man, how could you just do that? And John looks at him and says, don't eat the fish sandwich. And it's a classic line. I mean, he's had his abilities from an early age. Oh. But the comeback, the immediate comeback is don't eat the fish sandwich. The Red Lobster.
The Red Lobster. Yeah, I knew it was some seafood place. Thing is, we just pulled into the parking lot, walked right in, went straight to the men's room, took care of business, and walked right out. The hostess is looking at us like, are y'all going to eat here? Hell no, we're not eating here.
This is probably the portion of the show where there's too much information. But when you're on the road, okay?
Oh, yeah.
You got to, a gas station will fit you most things, but certain things a gas station will not. Mm-mm. So you not upscale, a good chain restaurant. And I found this one being a Hilton Diamond member is that a Hampton Inn. Hampton Inn, they all have a bathroom right outside the lobby, and nobody ever uses that one. It is truly you heard it here first, guys.
Yeah, I got to remember that.
And
Hampton, you have to tell them you're a Diamond member, or you just walk on in.
If they ask you, you just say I'm in room 212. You just come up. You got to have a number ready to go.
Wow. Okay. That's good to know. You never know when it might hit you. All right. Here's something else good to know. Later today on the program, bottom of hour number 2, our man, Will Fisher, who is the director of golf at RTJ Capitol Hill. He'll join us here today. We'll talk a little golf with Will as we get ready for the U.S. Open, which I believe is next weekend. They're playing the Canadian Open this weekend, but the U.S. Open is next weekend from Shinnecock. We'll talk a little bit about that with Will at the bottom of hour number 2. A very interesting happening for the Phantoms Daily Dog yesterday. We'll talk about that in about an hour in our Phantoms Daily Dog segment. Gurn Jr.'s Victoryland 777 topic wheel today as well. But on this Friday, it's really all about you. So we'd love to hear from you on our River Region Straw chat line. You can email us longshoreandmcknight@gmail.com. A lot of good conversation today. The College World Series, Troy playing at 1 p.m. Today. Alabama playing tomorrow. Those two teams, the odds makers don't like their chances of winning it all. Could they shock the baseball world and win a national championship? One of those two teams bring it back here to the state of Alabama. We'll see. We'll talk about it more after this quick timeout. Don't you go anywhere. Stick around. We'll be right back. Well, Lyle has done it again at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry on Vaughn Road in Peppertree. Mention Longshore and McKnight and buy any of their 3-carat lab-grown diamonds for just $999. You heard me right. Any of Marguerite's 3-carat lab-grown diamonds for just $999. Mention Longshore and McKnight to get this incredible deal all month long in June. It is Lyle's June special at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry, open 7 days a week in Peppertree, adjacent to Chappie's Deli on Vaughn Road. Go by and mention Longshore and McKnight to take advantage of their 3-carat lab-grown diamonds for just $999 at Marguerite's, where they make it, they really make it.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown." Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, you want your property looking its very best this spring and summer, and River Region Straw has premium long needle pine straw to make that property pop. You're not buying sticks, stems, or pine cones. You're buying premium long needle pine straw from River Region Straw. Kenny and his staff have access to the best pine straw in the region, full of color that will last all season long. And now River Region Straw has a 4th location in Chelsea on Highway 280 to go along with their locations here in Montgomery, Prattville, and Auburn. No order is too big or too small, from a few bales to an 18-wheeler trailer load. To get your River Region Straw, drop by any of their 4 locations or give Kenny a call or text today, 669-5959. That's 669-5959, and have the best-looking property this spring and summer with straw from River Region Straw. All righty, welcome back in, everybody. About 23 minutes past the hour on this Friday. Barry in Omaha with Troy Baseball. College World Series later today. Gurn Sr. hopping in today and joining us here on the show. We appreciate that. Hey, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Really important. We something about the algorithm they tell us, but you'll get instant notifications. You know everything we got going on here, and we'd really appreciate it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button. Tell all your friends and associates as well to do the same. We really appreciate it. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, wherever you view them as well. We're all there on those platforms for you. Also, Yellowhammer News and yellowhammernews.com. You can watch it on their Facebook page as well. So we really appreciate that. Thank you so much for being a part of what we do here each and every day. All right. So College World Series, obviously very big. I got to get your thoughts about this. I know you are a basketball fan. I don't know how much of an NBA fan you are, but I know you're a basketball fan. Your thoughts about the collapse of the San Antonio Spurs and that incredible comeback by the Knicks on Wednesday night to get this series at 3-1, and the Knicks 1 game away from winning it all.
It's one of the worst things. It's one of the worst things I've never seen. And let me explain that. So, Wednesday night, I had a law firm function up in Birmingham. And so I MC a Calcutta. We have a golf tournament. So I went and did that. And then Gurnett, my daughter lives, Tiffany Gurn, I guess would be her name.
Yeah.
We'll give her a name. She lives in Birmingham. So we went to a good dinner at Bottega Cafe.
Oh, love
and
that place.
I kind of just lost track of it. I was going to get back and watch it, but we got delayed, stayed a little too late, later than usual. And I get a text from our producer that says, I can't even remember what it says, is, did you see it or can you believe it? And I was like, what? And we talked briefly. He says, no, I'm not going to tell you about it. So then, of course, I immediately sit down and go and see the collapse. I'm a huge Spurs fan. I've always liked the Spurs. Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Big Shot Bob, Robert Horry.
Oh, yeah.
Avery Johnson. I mean, look, they're my, Ginobili.
Did you like them back when they had George the Iceman Gervin?
Loved Gervin. The fingertip roll from George Gervin on the baseline is legendary. And so I've always loved the Spurs. Small market, but always did really well. So I'm actually glad I didn't see it because you feel it. Sometimes you know it's good and you're just like, that's a little early. And then it's just like a train wreck. You see that train coming down the track and you can't stop it. And Jalen Brunson's going to hit the shot. And what? You might as well just go ahead and foul him and let him, let him get his two so you have a chance to counter because he's going to make it. So I don't know. I like watching crazy things. I don't when I have a vested interest in it. For example, the Auburn-Texas A&M game this year. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Auburn's beating the crap out of Texas A&M on the Plains. And I turn it on, and it's like, I don't even remember 16. I mean, it was neither team was playing that well, and A&M was kind of stinking it up. And then all of a sudden that full court press, that Bucky ball came in, and then Auburn just collapsed. And you knew it. You just kind of felt it. And they collapsed. And then, of all things, Auburn hits a buzzer beater. And you're like, oh my God, they've resurrected this game. And then they go back and they wave it off with the officials after a review. And then you still look at it and you're like, how did they just make that decision?
Yeah.
How do you wave it off? I mean, it's one of those that you just can't. It was a total screw job. And there are people, I doubt they listen to the show, but they're Montgomery people that I know. I saw them in the crowd during the run.
Yeah.
And they had that look, what is it? Submission Cobra, those, the fans, that do their hands like this.
Yeah.
They were doing that at Auburn game. They caught them, and I went and turned the TV back and focused on them and took a picture and texted it to them. And I'm like, this is not going. Then I got in their text chain somehow. And it was like they had their family surrender Cobra. I've been told by.
Yeah, I remember that game. You so eloquently described it. I do remember that.
And that kind of led to Auburn's downfall. I mean, it just kind of led to.
Was it not that phantom travel or no call on a travel against Virginia in that semifinal?
Well, that could be that too. But anyway,
they still talk about that one. But yeah, now I remember that A&M game now that you talk about it. But yeah, I the Spurs, and I know what people say, oh, the game's fixed, blah, 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 blah. I mean, come on. You got to get too many people to keep their mouth shut for too long to fix games, particularly at that level. But for the Spurs to only score 30 points in the entire second half, 14 points in the third quarter, 16 in the fourth, how does that happen?
It just happens, and it's you get a big lead and you turn off the motor, and you can't do that in the NBA. The athletes are too good, no matter who you're playing. So, yeah, it's
what I don't get is the Knicks win, and maybe it's just big market I don't know, but they're showing these idiots out in the streets and they're destroying property, and getting in fights and blah, blah, blah. I've never understood that. And if the Knicks win it, what in the world is going to be going on in New York right after the final whistle? I hope they're prepared for that.
They're not. Nobody is. Where is it? They always grease the poles. They go out and grease the telephone poles or the light posts or whatever, because people would climb up there and do all kinds of destruction. So they went out and greased the poles so they couldn't do that. Look, you can't handle chaos. I think it's Philadelphia maybe where they grease the poles, but you can't handle chaos where it's just mass. You can only do so much with that many people living that close together, and they get excited about something. And look, the best thing you can do is just not go out in the streets and celebrate and stay away from it and go to the parade later, but
that would be good advice to go later. I don't remember there being any destruction in Auburn or Tuscaloosa when national ships were won. I mean, I don't consider throwing toilet paper in a tree as I don't
know. Certain arborists might consider that to be.
I would think so too. The additional stress on the trees, particularly when they have to get a high pressure hose to get the toilet paper down. I mean, you would think so.
So,
but maybe it's Philadelphia that greases the poles.
He's got the picture of them greasing the poles in Philadelphia.
That's
I
smart.
knew it was somewhere. That's our crack.
That's pretty smart.
Our crack production crew at work.
Yeah, I wonder why that only happens in northern cities. I have an idea, but maybe I should keep my mouth shut.
You probably should.
But anyway, I just wondered about that. They haven't even won it yet. They're still acting crazy up there in New York City. But,
I do. This is what I'm interested in watching. Okay. In the next game. So, and I would say San Antonio is one of the youngest teams in the NBA. They've done really well with some really good talent. And obviously, they got a freak in Wemby, but they've got Castle, who's really good. And they've got some really good players. What they don't have is a real point guard, which is interesting to me that they don't. If they ever got a real point guard, I think they'd be unstoppable. But how they respond to this game, do they? If they respond as a young team, that bodes well for them in the future. I think this game's more important. I mean, if they lose it, people say, oh, they lost and it's 4-1. That's great. They win this game. It just kind of shows that they're resilient and that, and they may not win the series and they probably won't win the series, but it does show who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is important when you're building a team. And
no
I'll
doubt.
say the NBA is in the best place it's been since Magic Bird came in, and then Jordan after that. You've got 8 guys who will be lottery picks this year that will make a difference on teams next year.
Yeah.
This is the best class of rookies in history. This draft.
I heard a conversation about that this week. Some national analyst, heard Cowherd talking about it as well, about the rise of the NBA and its popularity is increasing. I believe it was the game Wednesday night, 20 million viewers for a midweek game, a series. What was game 4 in the series? 20 million people. Pretty impressive numbers for the NBA, whose numbers had not been great for a while. So they definitely see an uptick. I think there's a lot of factors in that. Maybe how
putting them on
the
NBC. Putting them on NBC. Putting them on NBC in prime time. I mean, look, programming is expensive. Shows are expensive. Stick some sports on there, and it's not that much more money to put it on there. They're losing a little ad revenue, but it's still it does.
And they
in the
thought
long run,
50 years ago that Monday Night Football might not work. They were a little nervous that Monday Night Football might not be very popular. I think that's been answered over a 50-year period.
People in the desert thought it might be a pretty good idea.
You know, double up
to catch up. Double up to catch up.
Yeah, I remember when I was a little kid, I had to kick and scream to stay up to halftime of a Monday night game because it didn't start till 8 o'clock at night because I wanted to see those halftime highlights from the games on Sunday. That's the only place you could see them. They didn't have Sports Center back then. If you want to know what the San Diego Chargers did against the Baltimore Colts, you had to watch Howard Cosell's halftime replays.
I had to kick and scream to stay up on a Sunday night to watch the end of the Bond movie they were showing. Remember they used to show Bond movies on Sunday nights?
They certainly
did.
Those
things were like 3 hours with commercials.
Yeah. So, I know it. Yeah, you're right about that. Man, they'd have a Bond Sunday nighter. Man, it was great. It was big-time viewing. I can promise you that. So, some great NBA. They'll play again tomorrow in San Antonio. We might talk a little bit more about that in the next hour. Possibly. We could see how that plays out. So we got a lot going on there as well. Also, this week, they announced kickoff times for both Auburn and Alabama. And I know you like to schedule, plan ahead, kind of get things written down of where you're going to be and what you're going to do in the fall surrounding football season. I know I've been asked about that from my better half about kickoff times and when does this game start and when are we going to be there, this, that, and the other.
Do we have to go to that wedding? Do we have to go to that wedding?
I don't think there's any weddings this fall, but maybe I don't think there are.
We got one, and it's
maybe
September.
We do. I don't know. She kind of keeps up more with that, but we do have to be there for parents' weekends. It's like the freshman parents, and then it's the junior parents, and all that kind of stuff. So I gotta. That's on my schedule for the fall, which I guess it's all part of it. I don't remember that happening much, Gurn, when we were in school. I remember your parents coming to Tuscaloosa.
I had two visits. In 4 years, I had two visits.
That's what I thought. I remember one of the visits, your dad did not like the fact we lived on the top floor of an apartment complex that was built out of wood, and there wasn't a fire escape in the back. I thought, how thoughtful and considerate.
But my memory was it was a 2-story. So it's like you could
3 stories. We were on the third floor.
Right. You're right. It was 3 stories with no elevator. I still think we could jump and
we could have jumped out of a window and been okay. But he didn't like that. He wanted to get one of those ladders that you could throw out the window and it would, it would unfold.
It's funny you remember that. He was quirky about things like this. And I will say this about my dad. He was irreverent about a lot of things, but if something bothered him, it bothered him a lot. And the thing that bothered him the most in his life was heights.
Oh.
Okay. And I'm not talking about being in an airplane or being up somewhere. If like we're in Mexico playing a golf tournament and it was one of those hotels that had, a hollow.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And so you walk around like an embassy suites, where you're walking around.
Yeah.
And we're like on the 8, and it's one of those glass elevators. And he would put his face up against the door so he didn't have to see out. And then
I get it.
When he'd get out, it's open air and you have to walk to your room. He would get on his knees and walk on his knees to the room. And I'm like 16. And I'm like, what the hell? What is going on here? What is the problem?
Yeah.
Why are you can't conquer this fear? And this is what he told me, which was fascinating. He says, I don't have a fear of heights. I have an urge to jump.
Ooh.
And I'm like, oh,
there you go.
That's
get close to the floor.
I tell you what, you just stay on your knees and walk to our room. Same kind of thing. I'm like, okay.
I've experienced that as well. I'm trying to think, like the Hyatt next to the Superdome in New Orleans. It's like that, but that hotel's probably 30 stories tall. You get up on one of those high floors and you look down. I get it. I mean, it can be a little intimidating. It's frightening. I don't like that type of stuff. I used to like to be in a hotel on a higher floor. I felt like it was quieter. I'm not thrilled about being on. I mean, I don't mind being on like the 7th or 8th floor. I don't want to be on the 47th floor. You know, I've never stayed in that hotel in Atlanta. What's that one downtown, the big round one that's tall? I don't know if I want any of that.
That's a booger. That's a booger bear. Yeah, that's a bad
what
one.
movie? Yeah. What movie was filmed at that hotel? They had a great
scene. I can't remember.
There.
I remember when it was, but I don't remember what
Burt
was
Reynolds' Sharky's Machine.
Sharky's Machine.
Threw a guy out the window.
Burt had a number of just classic movies. Which one was filmed in Tuscaloosa?
Hooper. About the stunt man, right there where University Mall is. They blew up. That was like a
shot. The shot where they had the car going, exploding. All the towers were exploding. That was you only got one chance with that one.
Some type of military housing area. And they knew they were going to tear it down, so the producers got a wind of it. And that's where they filmed the movie there, as they blew all that stuff up because it was going to be torn down anyway to make way for University Mall, which I hear has 0 tenants in it now. I guess T-Town Menswear finally closed its doors. And from what I understand, Gurn, through reliable sources, a Costco is going there, but don't quote me on that, but I did hear Costco where the old University Mall was.
We have friends in Tuscaloosa that will drive to Birmingham to go to Costco. So,
yeah, I'm with you. I love Costco. I'm a big Costco fan. All right, let me get into this. Mo Tide Pride. JL, there has been a long, well-documented history of fixing sports. What makes you think the NBA is any different? Now, Mo Tide Pride, are you talking about individual players like the ones at Alabama State that were fixing games? Or are you talking about officials and people within the NBA and the TV networks getting together to fix the games? That ain't happening. Now, individual players, in terms of gambling, we've seen that happen before, and it's going to continue to happen, unfortunately. But no way in the world do I think NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball games are rigged and fixed. There's a predetermined outcome by the officials, the league office, and the TV networks. That is not happening. Because if it was,
what about UFOs?
It would have already been exposed. Hey, Trump's releasing all the video. I'm thinking, what took so long?
Sasquatch.
I mean, if anybody thinks we're alone, come on. You know, there's other folks out there. Thankfully, to this point, they're friendly, which we want to keep them that way. Yeah, you ain't kidding. Rachel Ward was a looker in Sharky's Machine. Don't know where she is today, but back when that movie was made, she was impressive. She was also in another movie. She was in what was that movie about the football player? I'm trying to think of it. He was what was his name? James Wood was in it. Phil Collins did the theme song for the movie.
It's not any Sunday, any given Sunday.
Some type of football movie, but she was in that too. She was good. How about this one? Mo Tide Pride says Joel Klatt has a top 25 post-spring college football for 2026 out on the web. Pretty good. He's got Bama at 16. Auburn did not make his ranking. Not shocked. I mean, based on what Auburn's done the last 5 seasons or so, kind of hard to put them in the top 25. There again, got to wait and see. But what about Bama at 16? Wait a minute. Bama was in the top 5 every year for 17 years in a row, it felt like. 16.
That's a personal slap. That's just a personal slap.
Well, is it Jeff Bridges? Yes, that's right. Jeff Bridges was in that movie. What was the name of it, though? Man, I can't think of.
Guess what? You'll think about it. You'll in the shower tomorrow.
Against all odds. Was it against all odds?
That's right.
Against all odds. Was the name?
There you
go.
And
James Woods was the little crappy agent guy or something. But Jeff Bridges was in that movie.
Was that a Google? Was that a Google, or did you come up with that?
No, so Ted on the River Region Straw chat line gave that to us. We appreciate that. So our chat line guys are great. They're on top of it. But Bama at 16, I did see Klatch. I did see that Mo Tide Pride. That's about right. I would think Bama's 16. I think they got a good chance of losing 3 games. Does that get them at 16? Does it get them in the playoff? We're going to talk a little bit more about that along with TV times when we return. It's time for our second break of hour number 1. Gurn Sr. is here pinch hitting for Barry, who's in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm predicting he's already in the broadcast booth, ready for Troy's first pitch at 1 o'clock today. We'll be back. Stick around. Don't you go anywhere. We are Longshore McKnight, back right after this. Hey, you want your property looking its very best this spring and summer, and River Region Straw has premium long needle pine straw to make that property pop. You're not buying sticks, stems, or pine cones. You're buying premium long needle pine straw from River Region Straw. Kenny and his staff have access to the best pine straw in the region, full of color that will last all season long. And now River Region Straw has a 4th location in Chelsea on Highway 280 to go along with their locations here in Montgomery, Prattville, and Auburn. No order is too big or too small, from a few bales to an 18-wheeler trailer load. To get your River Region Straw, drop by any of their 4 locations or give Kenny a call or text today, 669-5959. That's 669-5959, and have the best-looking property this spring and summer with straw from River Region Straw.
All right, man, grab a Budweiser and take a knee. It is the best time of the year. It's baseball season. That means sunshine. It means behind-the-back peanut tosses. And it means sharing some cold, frosty Budweisers with your boys. Because there's nothing more American than watching America's game with America's beer. So let me ask you something. Are you ready to bring your A game? Are you ready to cheer every frozen rope down the line and amazing catch at the warning track? Are you ready for pitchers' duels and slugfests? Tell me, are you ready for the thrill of an incredible walk-off victory? I can't hear you. Are you ready for Budweiser and baseball? Then get on your feet, raise an ice-cold Bud, and let's make this season larger than life. Great times are waiting. Get some Bud!
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Located just 8 miles north of Alabama's state capital, Capitol Hill features 3 18-hole championship courses. With more than 1,500 acres of golf and nature, the pure magnitude of this facility is amazing and allows each course to be drastically different from the others. Capitol Hill also features an innovative 360-degree driving range 400 yards in diameter. Capitol Hill offers a fully stocked pro shop with the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Capitol Hill for tee times and more information. All right, welcome back in, everybody. Glad you are with us here today. Gurn Sr. Pinch hitting for Barry today. Appreciate the chats on the River Region Straw chat line. Keep them coming. Earlier this week, Gurn, they released TV times for all the SEC schools. Of course, we like to talk about Auburn and Alabama's TV times so people can maybe schedule ahead. Auburn's in a good position right out of the gate. Their first 3 games are at times I can deal with. Their opener in Atlanta against Baylor at 2:30 on ABC. Then their home opener at Jordan-Hare is going to be either at 6:30 or 6:45. And then their game against Florida in week 3, which I think is going to be a great matchup. John Summerall bringing the Gators into Auburn. Summerall, a guy that a lot of Auburn people would have liked to be their head coach. That's a 6:30 game as well. So things starting out good for Auburn. And speaking of Florida, I don't know if you saw this, Gurn. The Gators are spending over $1 billion refurbishing.
I think it's like 1.3 or 4. Now, I'll say this, John. I do a lot of projects. That's what I do for a living in doing work. You can't really do much below $1 billion anymore. I mean,
that's what I hear.
Things are expensive, and especially like a stadium renovation. You know, it'll be really nice, but if they were going to build one, it'd be 4, 3 or 4. I mean, it's what's interesting
like
to me
this-
is
this-
they're staging it over 3 years.
At Auburn is like $350 million. And I'm thinking, whoa, just for the end zone.
And you might not even see any real upgrade. I mean, a lot of times you got to just get the guts back going. But
Yeah.
they're doing it over 3 years. I guess they're going to do it where they can. Did you see whether they're going to be able to play the whole time?
Yeah, they are planning on playing in Gainesville while this is actually going on. And most of it looks like to be premium seating around the upper bowl of the Swamp. I don't really know how much additional seating, but it looks to be more premium upgrades, which is a lot of what these schools are doing. That's what Auburn's doing. Alabama's done it. They're looking for these high-dollar ticket buyers, and they want to keep them. And the way you get them is you make sure the amenities and the comforts are all there. And these schools are doing what they can to keep those fat dogs happy. I get it. I want them to stay happy too, so they'll invite me to their box. I mean, gee whiz.
It's been about over 10 years since Gurn Jr. and I went down there for the Alabama game. And, you know, it's not a great stadium. I mean, it's a great stadium for fans and all that, but it's not like the nicest, you know, best place. It's due. And, you know, they were late on their facilities, getting their facilities upgraded for a school like Florida. They were kind of behind everybody else. So, you know, that they're a major
arena, the whole deal.
They're a major program, and to spend this money, I mean, obviously you got to show your commitment, right?
Oh, you better believe it. You better believe it. So after the third week, and they play nice afternoon and 2 night games, then it looks like they're going to start hitting some afternoon and maybe early games. Vanderbilt in week 4 in Auburn is going to be an afternoon game. That's usually around the 2 to 3 o'clock. Not bad. Tennessee's either going to be afternoon or night. Okay, not bad at all. And then you get a bye, and then it comes the Georgia Bulldogs into Jordan-Hare. That will be an afternoon game. And then once October 24th rolls around, LSU at 11 a.m. in Auburn. At Ole Miss, early. Arkansas at Jordan-Hare, early. At Mississippi State, early. So they go through about a 4-game span where they're playing games before 12 noon. Ooh, that's tough.
Nothing worse. There's nothing worse.
I mean, get it.
Part of the experience is the experience. If you can't get a good buzz on for the game, then it just doesn't. Plus, you got to get up early.
Yeah, you do.
You can get you a good buzz on at 9:30 or 10.
Yeah.
But then, you know, it just kind of at like 4 o'clock, you're ready to go to bed. Then you wake up and it's like 3 a.m. It's like your day started over.
You know, you hit a couple of those yellow hammers early, and then you go over for that 11 o'clock kick, and it's hot, and that sun's beaming down on you, and that head's humming, just throbbing. Yeah, that's tough. But is it better to go ahead and get it over with and be done by 3, or just, you know, drink all day waiting for that 7 o'clock kick, and by the time you get to the start of the second quarter, you're going, oh, it's been a long day. Oh,
I like the long days. I mean, the long days are kind of take you back. At our age, Sean, we live for the long days. But you know, but we're also old people. We like, if you like, for example, if you're at the coast and you're playing at 11.
Yeah,
that's actually not too bad. You get up,
I've heard
you watch,
that,
and then it's like 3 o'clock. You got the rest of the day to do whatever you want to.
You know, that's interesting that you say that. I have always been, so there's the Auburn schedule. We'll get to the Alabama here in just a moment, but there's what's your Auburn. Sanford's at 2:30. Bama game's going to be either afternoon or an evening game. So, but Auburn does have about a 4 or 5 week period where they're playing early. All right. I'm a fan of late afternoon golf. I think the golf course is its prettiest in late afternoon. Something about the way the sun is in the position in the sky, the way it reflects off the ponds and the traps and the bunkers and all that kind of stuff. I'm not a big early morning golfer. I don't like the way the sun makes the course look that time of day.
You
The
don't
dew
like
on
the
the
dew.
ground.
You don't like the dew on your shoes. You don't want your shoes to get all wet.
Don't like
You don't want to
that
be the
at
first
all.
one to see this. You don't want to see your ball leave that track in the morning where it's the
That's
first
right.
one out. And
Don't like it.
for the sun
But
is
I
being-
get it. You play, and then you got the rest of the day. And I'm thinking, you got the rest of the day to do what? I mean, go ahead and do that in the first part of the day, and then wrap your day up with a leisurely 9-holer or wherever many you want to play in late afternoon. You can, fill up a cooler and have some cold brews, or maybe take some cocktails out there. And to me, that's more enjoyable. A lot of people don't like that, though. They like the morning. They like early. They like to go ahead and play. I will if I have to, but I'll say this, Gurn, I played much better golf late in the afternoon than I ever have in the morning. Never played well in the morning.
So Mrs. Gurn and I have always played a lot of golf throughout the years, but in the last year or two, she has gotten the absolute bug. And she's a player. She can play.
Mm-hmm.
She's like a 19 handicap. She's a good player.
Wow.
And I'll go out to her car to get her clubs out of the car, and I see this stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And she's got alignment sticks she's bought off the internet like for practicing. And a mirror and one of those mirror putting aids, so she can see her alignment putting. And
I'm like, serious. Wow.
I'm like, wow. So we play in the late afternoons, and we can play. Our little track in Greenville, we can play 2 hours and 20 minutes. We can play 18 holes. That's
whoa.
I mean, we're
speed golf.
We are hauling ass. I mean, it is speed golf. It is great. And so what'll happen is all the men get done, and then it's just us.
Yeah.
And the other day, so what day was it? I guess it was Monday or Tuesday. And I said, hey, you want to play this afternoon? She said, yeah. And so I'm planning to leave about 4:20, 4:30 to get home about 5:10. She goes, we got a cell that's just sitting over Greenville. I mean, I look down, it's one of those yellow, red.
Yeah.
And it is plopped down. And so this is how sad we've gotten. We start monitoring the cell. And so it is slowly moving to the east. And we time it where we get out there about 5:40. When I say nobody's there, because a cell has been there and it's rained like hell. And we know it's moving. And so we start in the rain, and then about 5 to 10 minutes in, it is nirvana. The grass is green. The sun has come out. It's cool. Yeah. And it's just the two. We have our own price. I'm like Donald Trump. I got my own private golf course, and a little bit different, but
now is this a cocktail round, or y'all pretty serious out there?
No, we don't. Every now and then I'll go with a Mick Ultra and she'll get a high noon, but the game, we're a little too competitive to
I can imagine.
Impacts our ability,
Yeah.
It does.
I can imagine.
We did get in an argument one time on the course, and I demanded that we each get two drinks each, and that made it get better for the rest of the time. It didn't solve the problem. It just helped the attitude.
Sure. They call that swing oil. I've heard it before. A little liquid courage here. You got to get your mind right before you get on the first tee. I knew a guy that drank 3 beers before he'd go play, just to calm him down a little bit. So it can happen. Nowadays, these young kids drink something called a transfusion. I never in my life thought I'd see anybody mix grape juice with alcohol.
My favorite drink, John. I get extra grape. I like the extra grape in my transfusions.
Is it grape juice and ginger ale with vodka?
Grape juice, ginger ale, and vodka, and limes. You get some limes in that, man. It's the bomb. It's everywhere now.
I've had one before. I'm just thinking, grape juice, really? I mean, who thought this one up? But
so
these crazy college kids, what do you do?
I saw a high noon transfusion, but I can't find it. I couldn't find it. I went to Greer's. I've been to all the different places, and I can't find a high noon transfusion, but I did see one. So I'm out there looking for it.
If they don't have it at Greer's where everything's cost plus 10%, you ain't gonna find it.
One of the best liquor stores. One of the best liquor stores in the history of mankind. The Perdido Greer's.
It is. It is a great.
They got more jammed in. They got more stuff jammed in there than.
Is it not a good sign when the employees that work there know you? Is that not a good sign?
They say you may have forgotten, but the scotch is on the back in the back left. You know.
Have you ever been into a liquor store where they have coupons? I mean, I tell people that because, you buy used liquor in the state of Alabama, it's all formal and the state runs it and they're never going to get a deal and they're taxing the hell out of it. I mean, I've been in there and say, hey, you buy 2 bottles, you get a $10 off coupon. I went, what? Wait a minute. Coupons for liquor? Oh, yeah, we do it all the time here in the state of Florida.
Now those are liquor stores.
Yes.
The best, the bomb. The absolute top of the top. And I know you've been there. I say, if you haven't, then you need to get on there, is Total Wine. You've been to Total Wine?
I have not been to Total Wine, but it's in Atlanta.
No, they got one in Pensacola.
Oh, do they really? Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard of them. I've never been to one.
Total Wine is like if you've only shopped at a 5 and dime store and the first time you went to a Walmart.
Yeah.
It's that experience.
Yeah.
It is the superstore for booze.
I got to go because I've mentioned this before as I've gotten older. Sometimes I'll walk into a liquor store just to look around. But the varieties, the different, types of alcohol that they have.
You would not leave Total Wine for 2 hours. It's that big. I mean, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
I went in there to get a margarita mixer one time, and they have like 100. They have every possible margarita mixer thing you could ever want. Skinny, spicy.
I've got I do the Frisky whiskey right there on the first exit when you cross the Georgia line.
I like me some Frisky whiskey in West Point. Yes.
Yeah, they've got a great selection. I just like walking around and seeing all the different varieties they have in there. It's good stuff. Ted says that Total Wines are all over Florida.
They're all over. They're just not in Alabama, but they're the real deal. They take it to the new level.
I've heard that. My friends in Atlanta say that. Speaking of liquor, do you ever buy any liquor at the Costco liquor store?
I'm not a member. We're not members.
Come on. You gotta be a member.
When I need a tenderloin, can I get you to go over there and get me one?
I'll get you
a member.
Yeah, I'll bring you a hot dog too for $1.50.
Or a bucket of goldfish. Do you have to buy things in large quantities at Costco?
Oh, mostly, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah. But you can go eat at the food court without being a member. That's a little known fact. Yeah. Just say I'm going over here to get a hot dog. Hot dog and a Coke for $1.50. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I like that.
Wait a minute, Preston. He says Costco costs more than the state store. I've not found that to be the case.
Well, it's true because they have to buy their liquor from the state store.
Because the Kirkland brand vodka or scotch or bourbon, yes, that it is true. Kirkland is the Costco brand. You see it throughout the store, whether it be clothing or golf equipment or whatever it is.
You ever play a Kirkland golf ball? You ever play a Kirkland golf ball?
I have hit a Kirkland golf ball. And I will tell you this, the Kirkland golf gloves, you get 4 for like $25. You go into any golf shop, one will cost you $25. The gloves are outstanding.
I hear the Kirkland golf clubs, the detail work on those by those little hands that were used to make those overseas, they're spectacular.
They're not bad at all. But I will say the Kirkland brand vodka, which rumor has it, one of them is Tito's and the other one is Grey Goose, but I haven't got that confirmed yet. The bottles really look good. A handle of Kirkland vodka I have found to be pretty much the exact same price as a handle of Tito's in the state store.
That's
So
because
I do not find the prices to be
well. That's because they're selling them to the state store cheaper, and then buying them back from them. So yeah,
it's very convenient, particularly on a Sunday. If you run out and you don't have anything on a Sunday, the Costco liquor store is open, so you can go get it there. All right, we're way past the top of the hour. Need to take another break. When we come back, some more scheduling news we'll get to. The Phantoms Daily Dog will come up this next hour as well. Will Fisher, Director of Golf at RTJ in Capitol Hill, will join us at the bottom of this hour. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. More after this quick timeout. Well, Lyle has done it again at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry on Vaughn Road in Peppertree. Mention Longshore and McKnight and buy any of their 3-carat lab-grown diamonds for just $999. You heard me right. Any of Marguerite's 3-carat lab-grown diamonds for just $999. Mention Longshore and McKnight to get this incredible deal all month long in June. It is Lyle's June special at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry, open 7 days a week in Peppertree, adjacent to Chappie's Deli on Vaughn Road. Go by and mention Longshore McKnight to take advantage of their 3-carat lab-grown diamonds for just $999 at Marguerite's, where they make it, they really make it.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm. Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown." Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This summer, Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air is on a Jurassic hunt for the oldest HVAC systems and water heaters in town. If your system is a fossil, now's your chance. Replace it between June 1st and July 31st, and you could win big. We're giving $2,500 back for the oldest HVAC systems and $1,000 back for the oldest water heater. Even if you don't win, you still score major savings on your new HVAC system, water heater, generator, and or garage door. Don't let your systems go extinct. Call Dixie, and it's
Artie, welcome back in, everybody. We appreciate you joining us here today. Let me tell you what's going on out at Victoryland. They've always got something happening. Of course, we'll have the Victoryland 777 topic wheel here in about 30 minutes or so, but they're always up to something out there. Get ready, because beginning now through July 10th and 11th, it is the Toyota Crown giveaway and a $25,000 free play giveaway. That's right. You could be winning a new Toyota Crown vehicle or $25,000 in free play. The more you visit Victoryland, the better your chances of winning. The drawings will be July 10th and 11th, but they are already going with it out at Victoryland. So make your plans to be out there this weekend, or really anytime it's convenient for, because they're open 24/7, 365. It is the Toyota Crown plus $25,000 free play giveaway at Victoryland. And they'll be drawing on July 10th and 11th. So you got plenty of time to get out there, because as I mentioned, the more you visit, the better your chances of winning at Victoryland, where you can be a winner too. All right. TV time. This might be more with your scheduling, Gurn. I don't know if you go to a lot of Auburn games at Jordan-Hare. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Don't know. I know I've seen you in Tuscaloosa before.
I tried. My college law school roommate, best really close friend, is lives over there now, is a big donor. I'll go to a game every other year. I'll go to several basketball games.
Yeah.
Over there. The basketball games are fantastic over there.
You know, you're right. It's a nice arena. I'll give you that. Unfortunately, you'll never see anything like that in Tuscaloosa in the next decade or so. That's my prediction. I think Coleman is, you better get used to it, folks. That's where you're going. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but
there really isn't. I mean, you look at it's $1 billion. So you want to spend $1 billion on a basketball arena when you got something that's,
Well, I've said this for a long time. They just opened up a new wellness and practice facility and all that type stuff for the men's and women's basketball team. So they've got really all look, the players want great workout facilities, great nutrition centers, great health and wellness centers, great place to practice. They got that. The locker rooms at Coleman that they utilize are state-of-the-art, top-notch, 5-star. The guys that aren't playing have the best seat in the house. They're right there watching the action. The only people that are complaining are the fans. Oh, this arena sucks. It's terrible. It's blah, 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 whatever. The players don't have a problem with it. They're okay with it. So get over it. Now, I do wish that they could find a way to get that god-awful media area and put it somewhere else so I don't have to see it every time I watch an Alabama game on TV. To me, it's an eyesore. It's embarrassing, and it sucks the energy and excitement out of the room because you got this just vacant hole right there with these so-called media members who are playing video poker on their phone and not watching the game or up there. They don't care. Put them somewhere else. I've told Greg Byrne, get them out of there.
You're just going to have to let it go. They turn you down. They turn you down for a media credential one time, and you just have this. You just can't let it go.
I can't let it go.
Didn't your therapist tell you you have to let things you can't control go and, you know, be good with it?
I get it. I'm with you. I get it.
But I understand it's like taking a sharp stick and poking it every time you have to look at it. Maybe they can get you an alternate video feed so you don't have to look at it. You do a
nice idea.
You can do the 360. They have like a 360 view from the rafters. So, And I'd hate, heaven forbid you didn't get a parking pass.
Well, if they really want to tick me off, they don't give me the parking pass. That really ticks me off.
I don't have a problem parking at Coleman. There's enough side streets and it's a little walk, but I also like to get out and not be stuck in traffic. So
I was pretty lucky with parking passes, so I'm not going to complain. I parked in the one of those decks behind Tin Whore. And I could zip out behind River Road, come back kind of the outskirts of downtown and get back on 82. It was pretty easy. Not a problem. Mo Tide Pride says, how about Costco stock? Tell us what it is, Mo Tide Pride. I'd like to know. I hadn't watched the stock ticker today, even though Wall Street had a pretty good rally yesterday. All right, Bama scheduling. Is this because maybe the luster of Nick Saban is worn off and Kalen DeBoer is, kind of had some average seasons up in Tuscaloosa, a couple of big double-digit losses, which were never the case. Well, they did happen under Saban, but not very often. But they did happen. But 35-point losses, 20-plus point losses, 17-point losses. You didn't see stuff like that. So Bama opens up early, 11 o'clock against East Carolina. As I mentioned, Gurn, that's one of the games I've got to be in Tuscaloosa. I think it's freshman parents weekend. So I guess I got to leave Montgomery at 4 a.m. to get there to a game that I'm probably going to watch on TV, even though I'm in Tuscaloosa, unless I get in somebody's box. 11 o'clock, boy. I guess go ahead and get it over with. You're gonna
What do you expect for East Carolina? What do you expect for East Carolina? Come on.
Well, I don't know.
Are they the Pirates? I think they
are
the Pirates.
Yeah, I mean Auburn's playing Southern Miss in week 2. That game's at night. Just saying. They are the Pirates.
I know Barry's been to East Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
I don't remember where it is. I'm sure somebody knows.
It is in Greenville, North Carolina.
So what I do know is if you ever go to the mountains in like Cashers or Highlands, all the summer workers are East Carolina students. So it must be somewhere fairly close by.
It is. It's in that
fairly, maybe within an hour or something like that.
Appalachian Mountains up in that area. Yeah, not far at all. Pat Dye coached at East Carolina.
Also Wyoming.
Yeah, sure did.
Also, the University of Alabama.
Well, he did as an assistant. He was the head coach at East Carolina.
Oh, that's right.
He was also the head coach at Wyoming for a year. That game's on ABC, 11 o'clock. This is a watch-out game, Gurn. I've already said it. I am taking Kentucky with the points. However many points they're getting, I'm going to take Kentucky plus the points. Not that they're going to win the game outright. They're going to cover the spread. They're getting Bama in week 2, 2:30, ABC. Kentucky's going to open up the season against Youngstown State before they welcome in the Tide. And maybe I'm buying into the hype, but I'm hearing a lot of buzz about this new coach at Kentucky. I know they got some problems. They got to turn it around, but I think they can give Alabama enough of a game to cover the spread. Don't even know what the number is.
So
is this
is the Phantoms futures daily dog on that Friday? Is it time to just book it? We can book it for that day. Is that
taking Kentucky at home, getting the points at 2:30? Yes.
So
they're not going to win the game. They're just going to cover the spread.
I drive a lot, and I have a lot of driving thoughts, things that go through my head that come, and I keep thinking that we really need to brand the daily dog, the Phantom Daily Dog, in something similar to something you may remember as a child.
Okay.
That to me is etched on my brain. Is Leonard's loser in an upset? East Carolina.
Yep.
We need to have have it phrased like,
but I don't know if I can come up with the great. He called Florida the big water lizards, and
they had all kinds of Leonard Post Toasty. I mean, that was and they put out the sheets too. Do you remember?
They did. Sheet? They sure did. Yeah.
Before the internet.
It was good stuff. And also, Gurn, you got to think who Bama plays after Kentucky. Revenge game against Florida State. They might be thinking ahead. So I think Kentucky's covers that game, and that's a 2:30 game as well. So Alabama's on ABC the first 3 weeks, 11 a.m., then 2:30, 2:30. I wonder how many Joe Test games. Is Joe Tessitore going to do all 3 of those games?
He might.
Could be tough. Then we get to week 4. And I like this because I'll probably be down in South Alabama for this weekend. I'm planning on it. South Carolina comes to town. This will be a night game at Bryant-Denny Stadium. The last time they played South Carolina at Bryant-Denny, it was a nail-biter. Last year, for some reason, a South Carolina defensive back elected to let Jeremy Bernard run right by him and score a touchdown. But I think that's going to be a good game, but that is a night game. Then comes Mississippi State in Starkville. I don't think Mississippi State has a night game. It doesn't seem like it because
they don't have lights. They don't have lights in Starkville.
Well, I know they do because I know Alabama played over there one year and the game didn't kick till about 8:45. It was the latest start I'd ever seen for a football game. But Mississippi State will be an 11 o'clock game between 11 and 12 noon somewhere. Wow. Then they have Georgia. That will be a night game. ABC, 7 o'clock. Kirby Smart and the Dogs coming into Tuscaloosa. That'll be nice. So Alabama will have 2 night games in Tuscaloosa within a couple of week period. Then they go to Tennessee.
Were you in Tuscaloosa on a late night game where we played? Eric Zier was the quarterback at Georgia. And all I remember that game, I think we won. I do think we won. The moon was like the largest moon I'd ever seen in my life. I don't know whether they call that harvest moon or whatever it is, but it was massive right over the stadium.
I do recall that. You're right. October 17th, 3rd Saturday in October, the game in Knoxville against Tennessee will either be a 2:30 or a night game. Okay, I'm happy with that. The next week, got to take on Texas A&M the week after Alabama's biggest rival game. You heard that, didn't you, Gurn? Biggest rival game. A&M, that will either be a 2:30 or a night game as well. Okay, I can dig that. LSU in Baton Rouge, of course. Hopefully that's a night game, but it could be a 2:30. Then they go to Nashville to take on Vanderbilt, and they're making that game an 11 a.m. kick. What's up? What gives with that? Vandy in the morning? Come on. Can't do that. It's no good. Then UT Chattanooga, a game I can guarantee you I will not be in attendance for. That's a 1 p.m. SEC Network Plus
It's
game.
not UT Chattanooga. Come on, man. It's Chattanooga.
Oh, Chattanooga.
The
Moccasins.
The Mocks.
The
They are
Mocks.
the Mocks. The Mocks.
That's a SEC Network Plus game. I don't believe I get SEC Network Plus. I don't think I do. Maybe if I do, my kids are going to have to show me how to get it.
Tex Gurn Jr., he can tell you a hack how you can get anything on anything on the internet you can get. So you want to see a new movie? You want to see the newest movie or anything else? People, look, just because you don't have SEC Plus doesn't mean you can't get SEC Plus.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm glad to know that.
I would say the firewall for SEC Plus is pretty low.
Okay, I love it.
It may be a little grainy. It may be a guy holding it up next to the TV, but it's definitely on YouTube, I would think.
Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Then, of course, the Iron Bowl will either be a 2:30 or a night game. It is in Tuscaloosa. Preferably, I'd like for it to be a night game, but they're not asking me. I'm just giving you my thoughts. So they're kind of a good mix here of some early kicks and some, afternoon, evening flex. They call that the flex window. It can either be an afternoon or a night game. I don't have a problem with either one. It would be good either way. I can handle it. All
right. I'm going to ask you this question, John, and this is really for the audience and everybody else.
All right.
We're what, 2 or 3 months away, right, from kickoff?
Correct.
How many people are legitimately nervous about the next season? People who are actually feel anxiety about the next season. Whether we're
talking about
Alabama fans.
Yeah.
I mean, people really feel it. And they give way too much importance. They put it as way too much importance in their life, but it's real. Okay. Let's just be honest.
I think you're on to something. And you might be experiencing it differently. But people just aren't talking. It's like, I know what's coming. I just don't want to talk about it. I just don't have a lot of confidence that this team is going to win the SEC championship, or maybe they limp in as a playoff team, an 11th or 12th seed, maybe. But there again, they look at this schedule and they think, I can probably see 3 losses here. You never know what can happen. Based on the last 2 years, somebody might sneak up and beat us that we're not expecting them to win the game. So I think there's a lot of uneasiness. They're hoping, but I think they kind of know realistically, not so sure. On the other side, even though they've had 5 or 6 bad years, I think Auburn fans are feeling a little bit better about what's going on.
If I'm an Auburn fan, I'm feeling good.
And I think even though the Auburn schedule to me is tough, they didn't get any favors there. I think they're going to see a better product on the field.
Yeah, I think what you're going to see is, we know what you're going to see. We've seen it at South Florida. You're going to see the same thing, and you're going to see it with the same guy pulling the trigger. Yeah. And that was pretty damn good. So, I mean, if I'm an Auburn fan, yeah, it's been a rough few years, but I'm not losing too much sleep over next year's season. If I'm an Alabama fan, which I kind of am, and I know people who really are, they are legitimately tossing and turning, and there's nothing you can do about it. We're 3 months away.
Well, not only are they tossing and turning, but there again, 0-1 running game last year. Is it going to be any better this year? I'm not betting on it. The offensive line play was not good last year. They got a new offensive line coach. Is that going to make the difference? I don't know. I got to see it to believe it. Those 2 areas, if they don't improve there, they're going to struggle. They're going to have a difficult time. Now, they got a couple of hot shot quarterbacks, we're told, but I want to see them in action. I want to see this offensive line protect them, give them the time they need to operate. I've heard a lot about the defense. The secondary is supposed to be spectacular. Defensive line play, I think there's a little uneasiness there, but, you're looking at a program that had incredible defensive linemen under Nick Saban. So I think there's a lot of factors that go into this. I'm just not so sure. And then you throw this on top of it, a contract extension. It ain't like you're going to get rid of him if he goes 7-5 this year. I think that adds to the uneasiness. I mean, if this guy bombs out, goes 7-5, 8-4, we're stuck. So the pressure.
Wait, I thought you were a professional sportscaster here.
I'm talking.
I thought you're supposed to be neutral.
I'm talking as the Alabama fan base. That's what Alabama fan base is going to be saying. When they get up amongst each other, they're going to be going, oh, we're not any good. We're stuck with this guy. How in the world did we get into this situation? That's what they are saying.
Well,
because
you know why?
I'll say this, Gurn. A Bama fan, we, as you put it, would never say the things I just got through saying publicly. They're not going to say that. And they cringe every time they hear me say it. Oh, don't say that. You're right, but don't say it. We don't want everybody to know it.
Spoiled. That's what Alabama fans are. They've been spoiled for so long, and now when it gets tough again, you got to suck it up, be a good fan, and deal with it. The world has changed. You know?
Yeah.
College football has changed. It's not the same thing. One man cannot rule this thing like we were fortunate to find that one man. You know, one donor can't rule this thing.
Well, it does in out in Lubbock, Texas.
Well, it does, but it does and it doesn't. Hey, did you see, you may not have seen this, they had a 21-minute podcast amongst all the Texas Tech people.
Yep.
Yesterday. You can watch it. You can go watch it. It's the biggest crock of shit you have ever seen in your life. It's the dumbest PR move I've ever seen. And they did it for 21 minutes in front. And it was the athletic director, coach, all these assistant athletic director. It's just crazy. So
are you surprised that they're going to let this kid play?
No, not surprised. I'm just not surprised. Now,
let me ask you this, and maybe somebody's addressed it. And Will Fisher is going to join us here in just a moment. We're going to get Gurn to send him a link, and we'll hop on here with us in just a second. Why is the president of Texas Tech not stepping in and going, this isn't going, we're not letting this happen? Or the athletic director? Are they just these big-time billionaire boosters running the show and tell them, yeah, they are?
You can't.
To me, the president would have said, we don't want somebody that's got a gambling issue. We need for him to get this squared away, and we don't think it's right for him to be playing intercollegiate athletics while he's dealing with this. Where's the president?
You know what they did? Just the opposite. They sent a letter to the Big 12 yesterday saying, if you do anything to punish us because of this, we're going to sue you. Hundreds of millions of dollars in damages because you punished us because of this. Look, it's crazy. They're handling it. PR is the worst. They should just let it slide. In other words, something else is going to come up. Okay.
So these guys are taking a big gamble.
Cycle, take it. And let it play
this president and athletic director are taking a big gamble, pardon the pun, that this kid's not going to fall back into this same routine.
I'm not worried about that. I really am not. I think they will monitor him enough where that can't possibly happen. Okay. Now, that being said, it's one of those, you can't make this up. I mean, you just can't make it up. Like if you threw the facts at anybody, anywhere, these are the facts. Don't look at it as Texas Tech. Don't look at anything else. 99.9% of the people are going to say, okay, that's fine. That's not there. Yeah, suspension. But anyway, but they're continuing the news cycle, which is just stupid.
Yeah, there again, this guy did, as Tommy Tuberville told us earlier in the week, that's the number one thing that'll get you kicked off a football team or an athletic program in college. And they drilled it into these players' heads on a weekly basis. Now this guy in Texas Tech going, it's okay. We're going to let how about a little punishment? Make the guy, have to, the consequences of what he went through. Okay, he's got a disease. He needs some help. I mean, look, people that go to Gamblers Anonymous and Alcoholic Anonymous, they just don't stop going. They keep going for the rest of their lives because it's an issue that they have a hard time getting over. And they act like this kid, oh, yeah, he's gambled millions of dollars, but he's over it. He won't do it again.
I do think, well, John, the other day when Coach was on, I do think it was interesting. He did not take a shot at Lubbock, which there's no love lost in Lubbock for him or vice versa.
No,
no kidding. I've always laughed at this. I had a guy I know who said, if God was going to stick an enema in the United States, he'd stick it in Lubbock, Texas.
When Tuberville was a coach there, I think he was at Cincinnati at the time. We asked him about Lubbock. He compared it to Iraq. He said, I'm not sure which place is better. Lubbock.
They got on this thing. He was at a recruiting dinner and he left to go take the Cincinnati job or something like that.
Yeah.
And so everybody with Lubbock was so fired up. And he was following a legend.
Yeah.
Who they ran, who was that was their, Mike Leach was, he turned them around and then they ran him, in which, anyway, whole nother story. All right.
Whole nother story. All right. When we get back, need to take a bottom of the hour timeout. Quick timeout here. We're going to check in with Will Fisher. He's the director of golf at Capitol Hill on the RTJ Trail. We got the U.S. Open coming up. We're going to talk a little bit about that, among other things. Stick around. Don't you go anywhere. Back with more right after this.
All guests of Longshore McKnight appear on the City of Montgomery guest hotline. Check out the most interesting and informed personalities in sports covering Auburn, Alabama, Troy, ASU, and all the major teams from across the country. John and Barry have the best guests brought to you by the City of Montgomery. To find out everything you need to know that is going on in the capital city, check out montgomeryal.gov. That's montgomeryal.gov, the capital of dreams.
Man, where's the beer guy? Bud Light here? You got a Bud Light? Bud Light? I'm here, Bud Light. Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light here? Bud Light where? Bud Light here? Oh, Bud Light there. I missed that because of you. You did not miss that play because of me. Tough to stop talking this way? Yeah. It's actually kind of fun. Hey, I got your Bud Light. Oh, nice. Never mind. Anything for the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light. What I miss? I have no idea.
Prattville Carpet is the most trusted name in flooring in the River region. Ray Bowles and his staff have an extensive line of Mohawk, stain-resistant carpeting in all the latest styles and colors. Prattville Carpet also has hardwood, vinyl, and ceramic tile for all of your flooring needs. Professionally installed at the absolute lowest prices. Take advantage of cash and carry vinyl plank at just $239 a foot. Call them today to set up your free measurement for your home, office, lake house, hunting camp, or wherever you need flooring. 285-8117. That's 285-8117, or drop by 2201 Cobbs Ford Road in Prattville for Prattville Carpet. All righty, welcome back in, everybody. Glad you're with us. About 27 minutes at the top of the hour. Will Fisher, our friend from Capitol Hill, he's the director of golf, joining us here today. Will, good morning. Thanks for hopping on with us. As you can imagine, Barry is in Omaha, Nebraska for the Troy Trojans, who are going to get underway a little bit later today, early afternoon, 1 o'clock first pitch against West Virginia. So he's a little busy today. So Gurn Sr. is pinch hitting for Barry this morning.
Well, let me tell you, I am there's not many times I'm jealous of Barry, but this week, next week, are definitely going to be I'm going to be jealous of Barry. That is on my to-do list. I will knock it off at some point here soon to take a week and go to Omaha and go watch baseball. I mean, I love college baseball. And once my basketball season is over with, there's really, we get past the Masters. There's not really much else going on. You got opening day roughly about the same time, and in MLB. And I'm a big Cardinals fan, but I try not to pay a lot of attention to that until we get down into, late August.
Yeah.
And the last several years hasn't been worth paying attention to at all. So, but big college baseball fan. And how awesome is it to have two schools from Alabama in the College World Series and almost three schools.
Yeah.
I know the guys in Auburn are heartbroken, but I had a great season. But yeah, it's unbelievable. I watched Troy play Southern Miss in their first go around in the Sun Belt Conference tournament, and it was an awesome game with Southern Miss hitting a walk-off grand slam, and then for Troy to come back, meet them back in the championship game. I know they lost, but then you get back into the NCAA and make a run, and golly, what a great story.
It's amazing. It really has been 5 of the 8 teams that are in Omaha are from the SEC. You mix in Troy from the Sun Belt. So you got a lot of Southern teams, so to speak, that are out there in Omaha, West Virginia, and North Carolina, the other 2 that are not affiliated with this part of the country. So it's going to be fun, going to be a lot of exciting baseball. Looking forward to it. Before we get more into it, I think this has really been on my mind. It's a pressing question I had for you. Who is cutting the holes? Where are the pin locations today? Because I will be at Capitol Hill later playing in a charity golf event, and I want to make sure you're not tricking it up on me. I want to make sure I got a chance to make some birdies today.
Brendan Sorsby will be cutting the cups here at Capitol Hill today. So if you want to slide him some NIL money, he might can make it work out for you.
All right. Okay. I get it. I mean, I know I'm going to have a couple of tricky locations I'm going to have to deal with, but man, I'd appreciate a couple of them right there in the heart and the center of the green, if you know what I mean.
Hey, John, is this a scramble or a straight up? Do you know?
Well,
it's a scramble.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, it's a Dr. Bronner event.
I bet
he doesn't do
Texas Shamble.
He does, yeah.
That's right. He does not like scrambles.
He doesn't like scramble. I played enough to know. And all I like to say is, all right, so I know you'll have somebody, one of the pros, read the rules beforehand.
Yeah.
If he can just be very clear and go slow and emphasize some of the things that maybe aren't subject to interpretation, because John tends to interpret things in tournaments. Maybe, it's maybe not a card length versus a club length, maybe going from a hazard into the non-hazard area. I mean, hey, isn't it? I know it hadn't rained, but it's got to still be lift, clean, in place, isn't it? I mean, it's a scramble. There are no rules on that. I mean, other than sticking it on a peg, you can't put it on a peg from 250 out, which is, I've seen John do that too.
Right. Yeah. No. Yeah. Correct. And John needs to make sure he understands the difference between scorecard and the rake handle length. Right. Yes. John looks like he may try to use the rake handle to get him back out in the fairway. So absolutely. And listen, John. I know you like to take Papa's horse in the 7th race, but listen, this is given all the gambling stuff that's been going on in sports.
Yeah. You
may want to leave the press on the automatic press on 18 alone today. May not be good for you, but no, you're exactly right. We're going to be reading the rules very slowly, make sure everybody understands there. After the drive, you are playing your own ball from there on in.
Well, my favorite thing is he goes, "That's good," and the ball hadn't even stopped. That's my favorite. That's good. That's good. Hey, yeah, good. That's good. We got it.
That reminds you of the was it Bud Light that did the commercial with the beverage cart girl, and as she got closer and closer, they start picking up further and further shots.
Yeah.
They're in the fairway, they can hear her coming from the hole over, and they're like, "Oh, that's good. Pick it up. Beverage cart's coming." And so I think that was a Bud Light commercial, and I envision that's really kind of what it's like for John when he plays. John is a little bit of a man without a home right now.
Yeah, boy.
With the green renovation over there at Montgomery Country Club. So, maybe we'll see more of John here. John, I will tell you, our beverage carts here are electric, so they'll sneak up on you. So you got to be on top of your game.
I bet conditions are great, Will, right now.
And the golf course is unbelievable. We got rain right at the perfect time. I mean, and not to get off into the weeds, but we did a wall-to-wall fertilization we do every year, and we did it just before the rain we got at the end of May. So it's beautiful. It's green. The golf course is in great shape. Greens are rolling great. The legislative course, we did an airification this week, so we're down to one track for this week. But legislature will open up tomorrow. Golf course looks really good over there, even with the airification. I think it went really, really well. And so that's our kind of our focus. And then we're real close on the judge. I mean, we're not going to be opening up until really October. We'll probably do some soft openings for local residents at the end of September. But as far as laying sod, sprigging the greens, and getting all that done, and we're done with that. And so that's a little bit ahead of schedule, which is great. And so now we're doing the last bit of stuff, which is some tree removals, some limbing up of stuff, and then planting, some of our florals and shrubs and stuff that we ripped out. We wanted to take an opportunity to replace a lot of that as well. So we're into the last bit of phase of that. So we're excited, man. I mean, golf course on the center side is unbelievable. And this time a year ago, we were hosting the State Am, which is at Birmingham Country Club this week. And so I would venture to guess that our golf course is as good today as it was this time last year. Greens are not going to be as fast. We got up to about 13.5 last year for the State Am. So don't worry, John, we won't be there. But greens are going to be probably in the neighborhood of about 10.5 or 11 today.
So I don't know if you heard, Will, but I snuck out to Capitol Hill last Sunday. A little shower passed through there, and I got up there right after the shower. Just kind of wanted to make sure my game was still at the level it needed to be. So I hit about 30, 40 practice balls up there on the practice tee. Everything was in good shape, grooving it out there like I like to see it. So I thought,
Will, you know what he was doing though? He was watching people who left balls on the range, and he'd go behind.
Well, I was going to say,
he had a bag. He'd go behind and add it, and finally he filled the bag up.
Right, correct. I was going to ask for two things. One, a receipt for those range balls that he purchased. And then two, was to see if I needed to do an inventory in the golf shop on the new golf equipment that's sitting in the golf shop.
Well, I will say this, Will.
It says demo on that driver, which I thought that's interesting.
I got five loyalty points for that bucket of balls that I bought. So you can look it up, because I got my little trail card slip and I handed it in, and the nice gentleman there in the shop hooked me all up, put me in the system, and he told me as I was walking away, hey, you got 5 loyalty points. So feel good about that. So it is true. I actually did purchase those range balls, but I did have my eye on a couple of other items inside the shop that I wondered if they were in the demo barrel or not, but I'll get into that later. One other quick thing, you mentioned this, raking putts, or the putt has to stop. If you're playing in an event like this and you see your playing partners hit a putt that you know is going to be within the leather, can you just slap it back to him before it stops, or do you have to actually make sure the ball stops rolling?
Yeah, we prefer it not to be like Shinnecock in 2004 with Phil Mickelson whacking it all over the green and that kind of thing. If it's possible, we'd like for it to come to a stop.
Hey, I think Phil's got bigger problems now, I understand, than doing what he did.
Right, he's got, yeah, correct. Speaking of beverage carts, Phil Mickelson has run into some additional issues out in San Diego. But don't worry, John. He's tending to a very serious health matter for his family.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, he's yeah, Phil's got a lot of issues. Maybe, do you think, is it possible that he potentially is running the rehab for Brendan Sorsby? Is he maybe teaching the class now?
Didn't think about that, but I can see the
Will,
connection.
I'm gonna tell you a story. I took Longshore to the Masters a while back, and we met up with friends of mine from Washington, D.C., a husband and wife, and she still tells this story. We're walking to the course, and she said, like, we were talking about who your favorite player is, and she said, oh, mine's Phil Mickelson. She goes, oh, is he still wearing those men's medium shirts? Because that's when he was a little heavy. And she lost her mind. She thought that was the funniest thing she'd ever seen. Or maybe it was a youth large. I think he said, is he still wearing youth larges? And because he was kind of buttered up at that point. And she will bring that up. She's even divorced from my friend, and she'll bring it up every time we see her. How's that guy with the Phil Mickelson youth large shirt?
Love it. I will. You mentioned Shinnecock. I believe Corey Pavin won a U.S. Open at Shinnecock.
95 or 94. Yeah.
So I went the first time they had it in '86. I was in Washington, D.C., and we road tripped up
with
there.
Raymond Floyd.
Sat Ray Floyd and Lanny Watkins, I think, may have been second. Ray Floyd was the oldest winner at that time. And what's interesting, that was 43 years old. And we think of that. They thought that was old as hell back then. I mean, my God. I mean, the tours, think about who's 43 and killing it on the tour. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I'm excited. It's an awesome place. And it's obviously one of the most historic courses, I think, in the country. Certainly one of the oldest courses in the country. And so it's got a rich tradition. And, here's what I really want to know is how many people were in the golf shop on Tuesday. Most golf courses are closed on Monday. How many people were in the golf shop on Tuesday, the following Father's Day in June of 1995, trying to buy a set of Cleveland VAS irons and 4-wood? Right.
Yeah, I remember
Corey Pavin, that was how he won a U.S. Open with that equipment is mind-boggling. It just goes to show you how good Corey really was.
Yeah. Can you say butter knife?
Correct. Listen, I'm not sure what's more impressive. Was the irons that he played and he still won the U.S. Open, or was it that bullseye putter where you could put lefty or righty with?
The old bullseye, the copper bullseye. And look, but when he hit it, it was a millimeter off the sweet spot. I mean, he hit the same spot every time. He was so.
Yeah, they didn't know. Do you think they understood MOI back in 95?
No, they had no swing speed other than like Fuzzy Zeller, or Lon Hinkle out there just gripping and ripping. Stuff like that. I saw the future coming. I was at like the 78 or 79 Masters, and I saw it's the first time Norman played, and he was different. He was just different where he could play and crush it. And that's just, there's nobody that's not that now. I mean, you can't.
Is Lon Hinkle still with us? I hadn't heard that name in a while.
I'm glad I brought up old Lon. Is Lon the
Hinkle?
Did they plant a tree for Lon at one of the tournaments? I can't remember. He was cutting the corner, and they went out and got like a 40-foot tree and planted it. So I
believe that's true. I think so. I will, before we let you roll, let our viewers and listeners know, man, you got a lot going on. The course is fabulous. Looking forward to being up there later today, checking it out myself. Tee Time's more information. Where do our viewers and listeners need to go?
Yeah, they can look us up on the web at rtjgolfs.com/Capitol Hill. They can also give us a call in the golf shop at 334-285-1114. Listen, next week I need to be on the show. We need to talk about the Open. But who do you guys have as a dark horse? I'm going to throw one at you right now. Dark horse for me, and maybe he's not that dark, but I believe the last guy to win the U.S. Open at Shinnecock is going to be my dark horse, which is Brooks Koepka.
Oh,
he can. Okay. I like that pick. He's got the total game, and he's done this thing the right way, right?
Yes.
I mean,
absolutely.
He was a whore. Brooks Koepka is a whore, and you can't
Who
blame
among us is not?
Exactly. But he also realized he screwed up.
Correct.
Oh yeah.
And he came back and monetarily probably gave up more than he could have gotten away with, right? And he did it the right way. And I don't know him. I bet I wouldn't even like to drink a beer with him, but I do respect him. You know, I don't think he's got a great personality, but I don't think he's a bad guy. There are a lot of guys.
I agree. He didn't try to negotiate his way back. He took the penalty and came back.
Yeah,
he did.
So I like that's a really solid pick. I
want to show you this.
I'm a Ludwig Aberg fan because John can't pronounce his name with the two
that
dots.
little hyphen over the O drives me insane. I wanted to show you this. There's my RT.
Oh, he's got his trail card. He's
got my trail card on my phone.
He's
there it is.
He did buy his range ball. So
I got a 5. Yeah, see, I got 5 loyalty points. I might buy something. Hey, Will, after we win this tournament today,
there's mine as well.
There we go. I love it.
After my group wins this tournament today, I'm gonna have a lot of loyalty points after that.
Absolutely. We'll see if we can convert one of them into a demo 3-wood for you. You still have my 3-wood?
No, I turned it back in. Hell, you kept my driver's license. Had to get my license back, so I had to give you the 3-wood.
All right,
back.
Will, we're going to let you go, but I'm going to tell you a story. I played in a firm scramble up at Highland up in Birmingham yesterday.
Yes.
The worst golf outing I've ever had with people who've never played golf before.
Oh.
But I still carry in my bag a Ping I2 2-iron and 3-iron.
Okay. Yeah.
I got around halfway through the round and realized I'd lost my Ping I2 3-iron.
Oh.
And guess what? It was at the clubhouse when I got back. When does that ever happen? And I don't even know if I was going to be able to replace it. And the only reason I don't have my Ping 1-iron is because it's at the house. So that's anyway, I just had to share that.
You don't want to lose that 1-iron. I'm not sure you could get that replaced even on eBay.
No, even on
eBay. Will, I'll see you later this afternoon. We appreciate you hopping on with us as always. It's a lot of fun, a lot of info. Thank you, my friend. We'll talk soon.
Absolutely, guys. Yeah, y'all have a great weekend. Thanks so much.
You too, buddy. Thank you, Will Fisher, the director of golf at Capitol Hill. We got to take a quick break. It's our last one, and then we're getting to the Gurn Junior Victoryland 777 topic, Will, and the Daily Dog. We're going to cram it all in the next 8 minutes. I promise you, don't go anywhere.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter one wolf, chances are there's a pack nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, make note of recognizable landmarks, like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross.
Okay.
Head for the mountains.
Don't miss your chance to win big at Victoryland Casino. Play the latest, hottest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. Don't miss out on your free play. Stop by Player Rewards today and check out this month's exciting free play promotions. Come see why our players keep coming back. You'll have more fun at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino, located off I-85 exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
Okay, gonna make this quick. Gurn, this is the first time it's happened to the Daily Dog since we've been doing this little fun feature on the program. The game between the White Sox and the Braves were rained out, postponed, going to be made up at a later date, I'm told.
That's a push. They call that a push.
We had that. What's a no play? Because we had the White Sox plus 102 at home last night, but no harm there. We'll move on to our next Daily Dog. And Gurn, we're going tomorrow night. They might not win the game, but we're taking the New York Knicks plus 5.5 at San Antonio. This team has made a believer out of me. They can be down 30, don't matter. They'll cover the 5.5. Might not win it, but they'll cover the 5.5 tomorrow night in Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
You're one of those high flying celebrity types. I can see you jumping on the Knicks bandwagon. That's okay. Go
Hey,
ahead.
if they'll let me sit on the first row like Jerry Seinfeld and
They
Larry
will.
David, I mean,
They will let you sit on the first row. The only thing you have to do is go get drinks for everybody because you're the bartender. That's how you're getting on the first row.
All right, five topics here. We have not seen these topics, don't know what they are. We're going to find out just as you are. Gurn Jr.'s Victoryland 777 topic wheels going to land on trouble. What could this be about? Oh, Caitlin Clark, another one?
Oh, wow.
30 points.
30-point double-doubles.
Yeah, she's tough. Man, she doesn't play.
With Caitlin, scroll down, Gurn. I assume there were rebounds. You know, with Caitlin, it could be assists.
Yeah.
With the other double, but that's sickening. And I think I mentioned this on the show before, John. I was a quintuple single when I was in high school. I averaged five fouls a game, maybe 1 or 2 rebounds, 1 or 2 assists, 2 to 4 points.
Yep.
And minutes were about 9 minutes. So
that's about me. I was kind of the same type player. I could pick up fouls quicker than anybody. I could get 2 fouls within a minute.
Man, when you do your hands like what? When you do that, the refs don't like that. They go for you next. All right, next one. Here we go.
Yep, 4 more to go. Yellow, red, blue, and green. Where will it land? Let's see here on the Victoryland topic wheel. Victoryland up at 24/7, 365. You can be a winner too. Getting started. What we got? Oh, here we go. World Cup soccer.
This is at SoFi, and I have one of my law partners, Christine Burns, is there and is going tonight in Los Angeles. I don't even know. I mean, we don't have time to look, but if you looked on one of the ticket sites, there's no telling what that's going for. It may say it in the article, but it's thousands for this.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think World Cup soccer tickets are at a premium.
She says they're going to be there about 4 hours before the game to get in. So security will be tight. There'll be several different layers of security. All right,
let's spin again. 3 to go. What do we got here? Yellow, red, and blue. Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel. And it's going to be
bugs and storms.
Some locust deal, maybe? What do we got here?
Oh, Dana White. Have you heard Dana White interviewed about this event?
I have not.
He goes, there's 2 things I hate in life: stadiums and outdoor events. Because, you know, his fights are meant to be in a controlled environment.
Yep.
And the weather, bugs, potential thunderstorms.
Hot. Well, I got some advice for them. They need to call one of our sponsors, Mosquito Authority. They'll spray all that down. Those mosquitoes won't bug anybody. Probably need to spray it about 30, 40 minutes before the event starts, and they'll be good to go. Mosquito Authority, look them up. They'll take care of all of your mosquito problems.
You don't think they can get a big bug zapper out there? Like an industrial-sized bug zapper?
They need to spray. They need to spray. I'm a big spray guy. All right, 2 more to go, blue and red. Tuberville said he's going to that fight Sunday. He told us that when he joined us earlier this week.
Top of Phil. Oh,
that used to be able to get you in trouble.
I think we know what this is.
Yeah. Phil's been a bad boy.
I will say this, John, though. He has lost some weight. So the youth larges are no longer a thing. He's actually, and also he's probably, got him some Peter Millar. That's a little bit better.
Gurn, I'm reading this article. I'm thinking, wait a minute, this guy's a member of this club. He is, everybody knows who he is, won the Masters, won the Open, and they're going to kick him out? I mean, he must have done something pretty bad.
I would say, I doubt he probably pays his charges, but I don't think they charge him a monthly fee because,
probably not.
Having a celebrity, it is what it is, but, he's one of those guys. Remember, we're old enough to remember him starting out. I remember when he's at Arizona State. Yeah. His public persona was always positive. When he collapsed in the U.S. Open, he's still all the kind of good things. But you started hearing some stories. You know, you hear the things that maybe the gambling stuff that where he would, you know, in the locker room stuff, and that he just wasn't that good a guy. People and the other pros didn't like him. So he's a hell of a golfer. So,
yeah, he sure was back in the day. There's no doubt about it. All right, one more got to spin it to make it official here on the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel. Let's see what we got. What's it going to come up to?
Big mess up.
Big mess up. Does this have to deal with the diaper? No. Oh, what happened here?
Oh, so you had somebody
timekeeping
in an F1 race.
Yep,
they screwed up and didn't get it right. What? All right, Gurn, scroll down. What position were they in, and what did they get to? I can't. But he's back on the podium. Is it? Man, that's bizarre. That you know these races,
crazy.
I mean, they are. Millions and millions of dollars to set up in certain places. And was that in Monaco?
I think it was, yeah.
All right. So I heard somebody make a comment that says it's like Monaco, it's not even as big as the greater Dallas Fort Worth area. So I mean, it like takes up the whole island. All right, John, what gambling do they have in Monaco? What have you seen played in Monaco?
Shimmy the Fook.
Yeah.
That's what Bond plays.
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Heck yeah. Hey, Gurn, thanks for hopping on today. Barry, of course, out in Omaha. I know you guys are going to be together a lot next week.
We are. We're looking forward to it.
I'm going to be off the grid next week, and I know you guys are going to hold down the fort. I know all of our regular guests throughout the week will join you guys as well. So that ought to be fun, but really appreciate
we're proud of you. We're proud of you for going on a mission trip, and that's very nice. Yeah. I think that tells you what kind of person you are.
Well, we appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Hey, thanks to Gurn Jr. back at Network Control, and thanks to every one of you all that are watching and viewing. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hey, we really appreciate it. Have a great weekend. We will talk again on Monday.